So I thought I'd give a quick update. As you know, I packed all the stuff for Everest into the day second duffel bag, and I was due to fly to Dubai on Friday the 13th. On Thursday the 12th, there was rumours going about that the trek might not go ahead because visas were going to be revoked in Nepal, in Kathmandu at the airport. You couldn't get a visa on arrival because it was going to stop. Sorry, they were going to stop issuing them at midnight on the 14th, which is the day I was due to land. So I was going to fly from Manchester to Dubai on the 13th, and then Dubai into Kathmandu, arriving on the 14th at around 1800 hours. Now, there was rumours, as I say, flying about, and thankfully Andy at Everest had managed to speak to his point of contact in Nepal, in Kathmandu, and it wasn't midnight the 13th going into the 14th, it was the 14th going into the 15th. So I was absolutely fine for landing in Kathmandu and getting a visa because I would have been 6 hours ahead. So I would have landed at, as I say, 6 p.m. and the visas at that midnight following that 6 p.m, they would have been revoked, and that was it. There was no other visas being issued. So it was left up to everyone to decide what they wanted to do, because flights were being cancelled. People decided not to go ahead with the trek because of this coronavirus that was basically shutting down every country going. Airlines were being shut down. I believe the summit was shut down, all the treks for that. So Andy and Dave at Everest and the rest of their team had worked massively hard to get the information out and flowing down to everyone so that they could make their choice. So it was decided that myself and Wingy, who's the guy I was doing the trek with, we said we were going to risk it. Now, Andy did warn us that we could get into Kathmandu and visas may be stopped, and also that they would be doing spot checks on people if you were showing any signs of the coronavirus. Myself and Wingy are absolutely fine and were showing no signs of it, so we took a calculated risk and said that we was going to go for it. So we got to Manchester Airport and we went to check in with Emirates to get the flight to Dubai. We asked the lady at the check-in desk if there was any issues, and she said absolutely not, you're fine to check in. So we checked in, the bags went, and we went to go and get a beer at the bar, and we waited for the gate to open. The gate opened at, I think it was 20 to 8, and we was due to fly at 20 to 9. So we went to the gate and we'd met up with a girl that was doing the trek, Claire, and she was in front of me, and her ticket pinged, and she was pulled aside and asked was she travelling alone, to which she said, I am, yes, but I've met up with two gentlemen that are doing the trek. Next thing I hear Wingy's ticket ping, and he was pulled aside, and I glanced over to him and said, have you just pinged? And he said, yeah. I said, we ain't going, mate. And then mine pinged, and we were pulled aside, and we were told that the Fly Dubai, which was the plane that we were getting from Dubai to Kathmandu, had been cancelled, and that we were not allowed to fly out of Manchester to Dubai, which is it's fair enough. If there's no ongoing plane to get you to your final destination, then you know the last thing you want to be done is stuck in an airport and not being able to do anything about it. So we weren't allowed to fly. Nepal had closed their borders, and it was basically, we had to wait in a secure area until the plane had taxied away, and then we could go and reclaim our bags. It wasn't nice watching the plane taxiing away, knowing that we should have been on it, but it's one of them things. It's out of our hands. You can't fight a country, and you can't argue your case when every country in the world is shutting down one by one. So I'm now back home. Evertrek have contacted me, and the trek to Everest Base Camp is booked for the same time next year in March. I do have to sort my flights out and try and get the money back for that. But the really gut-wrenching part is there's guys that were supposed to be on the same trek as me. They actually made it into Kathmandu, and they're now doing the trek. So seeing their posts and pictures on Facebook and Instagram is gut-wrenching, but of course I'm happy for them, and my time will come. The mountain will still be there. So it's just another 12 months of training, and we'll go on from there.